The backstory of the alleged Club Q shooter is getting complex as his father shares a lot in a revealing interview. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law&Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. We are learning new details as well as the backstory of the alleged Club Q shooter Anderson Lee Aldrich. Aldrich is accused of opening fire at an LGBTQ nightclub out in Colorado Springs, leaving 5 dead and 17 people shot and injured. Although I should tell you that the number of people who were injured in that event seems to be growing as investigators are speaking with more people and understanding who may have left the nightclub early. The 5 dead, though, are Daniel Davis Aston, Derek Rump, Raymond Green Vance, Ashley Paw, and Kelly Loving. 2 weapons were recovered at the scene, a handgun as well as an AR-style rifle, with authorities believing that that rifle was the primary weapon used in this attack. Aldrich has been charged with 5 counts of first-degree murder and 5 counts of committing a bias-motivated crime. That's kind of a hate crime-style charge. Now, Colorado doesn't have the death penalty, so the maximum that he could face if he's convicted or takes a guilty plea is life in prison without the possibility of parole. So who is he? What's his backstory? Why would he have done this? Well, let's actually start with the 22-year-old's run-in with the law from last year. In June of 2021, he was arrested in connection with making a bomb threat at his mother's home. Now, no charges were ever filed. It's not entirely clear why, but clearly there is this complicated relationship that he has with his mother, Laura Vopel. And speaking of his mother, he and his mother got into an altercation with other people on an airplane back in July of this year. And Aldrich allegedly spouted this racist language. In fact, one of the passengers videotaped the two coming off the airplane, and this was all documented in a Fox 31 Denver report.
What makes me a b****? What makes me a b****?
Maria Martinez had had enough when she started recording Anderson Aldrich and his mother.
Well, I'm trying to leave the fight, you dumb fat ass.
Shut up! You shut up.
Keep following me and I'm you up.
So kind of eerie to see this and then think about what he allegedly did only a short time later. Now, quick note about his mother, Ms. Vopel. She herself has had run-ins with the law as well as documented mental health issues. A psychologist diagnosed her with severe borderline personality disorder and alcohol dependence. She had been convicted of public intoxication and falsely reporting a crime to police. She had pleaded no contest to setting fire at a building. And according to CNN, Aldrich has been the subject of online bullying, and he in fact legally changed his name back in 2016. And this is important because his original name is Nicholas F. Brink. And that brings us to his father, Aaron Brink. Understanding the parents here is very key. So Aaron Brink is an ex-con and an MMA fighter and a former pornography actor who divorced Aldrich's mom back in 2001. And that is what brings us to this interview that Brink did with CBS 8 San Diego. Reporters had actually caught up with him after the Club Q shooting. I am going to say this off the bat. There is a lot going on here. I am no psychologist. I am no criminal profiler. But thinking about what his son allegedly did, thinking about what role his father could play in an upcoming trial or sentencing hearing if his son is convicted, listen carefully to what this man has to say. So first, how close of a relationship did he have with his son?
I hadn't seen him for years. I thought he committed suicide. His mother told me that he. I'll give you a history. I was a porn star. Okay, I became a porno star in 2002, and I combined that with a mixed martial arts career. And my ex was finished. She took off with my son. I hadn't seen him for years. Little did I did see my son. I tried to give him a father figure, whatever. I didn't know where his whereabouts were. I found out recently that he did not kill himself in 2016. That he's alive and well. And he lives in Colorado.
Clearly not a very close relationship, to say the least. I mean, there was a period of time when he thought his son wasn't even alive. Now, you might be looking at this and thinking, he seems somewhat incoherent, that he's struggling throughout the interview. Not totally sure why, although he does say in the interview that he has damage from meth addiction and injuries as a fighter. That's him saying that, but just something to keep in mind nonetheless. Anyway, back to the shooting. Mr. Brink didn't even seem to realize the full details of the attack. He was even surprised to learn that people died. And as this was an alleged hate-motivated attack, the conversation moved to his views on homosexuality.
I don't know. I don't know what the heck he did at a gay bar. I don't know what's going on.
Well, he's accused of going on a mass shooting at a gay bar and killing 5 people.
Colorado.
Okay, well, that's if he's accused of doing that. I'm surprised he's not gay. I say that, but he's not gay. I was like, oh my God, is he gay? I was scared. Oh my God, is he gay? And he's not gay. So it's like this.
Well, you guys had conversations about that. You were.
Oh yeah,
you
I was
told
adamant.
him. Yeah, you were adamant that gay
I
is
was adamant. This ain't
bad.
happening.
Yeah.
I'm a Mormon. I'm a conservative Republican, and we don't do gay. We don't do gay.
Yeah.
Obviously, it is chilling that the father of a man accused of killing people at an LGBTQ establishment is saying these kinds of things. And it's even more surprising that he decided to say these things to the media, and that he's relieved to find out that his son is not gay. Very strange comment to make in light of what had happened. And so the question becomes, did his father's teachings or his views cause Aldrich to do what he allegedly did? Again, too early to tell. I'm no psychologist, but that didn't stop reporters from asking him that question. And when asked if he acted differently, if he showed tolerance towards gay people, maybe his son wouldn't have done this, he kind of gave a rambling response that didn't quite answer the question. He talked about how he's anti-gay marriage, he's super conservative, but he did suggest throughout the interview that fighting is okay, but killing is not.
I praised him for violent behavior really early. I showed him that it works. It's instant, and you'll get immediate results. And you'll always get what you want if you're good at fighting. But this is not something we foolishly do it. Just take it to a bar or a social place and go shoot people.
And he even expressed remorse for the families.
Sorry. I'm so sorry, guys, for your loss. I'm so sorry for any loss like this. Seriously, there's no regard to politics or anything. It's human life, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My soul goes out to you. I'm so sorry for your loss. You know who killed those people.
But interestingly, throughout this interview, he wouldn't fully say that his son did this. He said, if his son did it, then he should be held accountable. He was relieved to learn that Colorado doesn't have the death penalty. And then he made this bizarre comment.
I want the world to love my son. Please love my son, forgive my son, hopefully. If he can't, I understand. But he walked in there and did that. I don't know what to say. I think, God.
Well, I can't say that that's going to happen. And I will tell you, it is impossible. This is an impossible situation. Parents of shooters or accused shooters. There's a reason why many choose not to do interviews. What can you say? What should you say? What do you say? Now, I'm not sure if Mr. Brink regrets what he ultimately told these reporters. Not sure if his comments helped himself or his son. But what it does do is it definitely does add another layer to this story. And that's all we have for you, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here on Sidebar. Please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Jesse Weber. I'll speak to you next time.